The Lee Enfield. It feels just like yesterday I was reviewing another one. First adopted in 1895 as the British Army's standard issue rifle, the design underwent various revisions, seeing action in the British Empire's colonial wars, both world wars, as well as the Cold War. The Lee Enfield No.4 was formally adopted at the start of World War II as a modernized variant simplified for easier wartime manufacture. In airsoft, however, the Lee Enfield has undergone somewhat of a renaissance during the past few years, going from practically no models to now models being made by KTW, RWA, S&T, Ares, and now G&G. Hi, I'm Andrew, and in this week's video, I'll be reviewing yet another Lee Enfield, this time in the form of the G&G Lee Enfield No.4 Mark I. However, unlike other airsoft Lee Enfields out there that are spring-powered, this one is powered by green gas. So let's start off with the basics. Externally, the G&G Lee Enfield features a decent quality metal exterior. However, the wooden parts here are unfortunately made of plastic. This is quite disappointing as the detailing on this rifle is exceptional. The screws are the same flathead screws seen on Commonwealth guns of the era, and they're in all the right places. Though I do question the historical accuracy of these brass colored pins over here. On the top we have a fixed front sight, and with the rear aperture sights being adjustable from 300 to 800 yards. Now remember, the British Army didn't adopt metrication until 1965. Now to the left hand side over here is the safety that can only be activated if the firing pin is pulled to a ready position. Underneath the rifle though is a rotary hop-up that can be adjusted using a provided adjustment tool that is magnetically stored in a compartment in the buttstock. Now, if you go to the buttstock on the other hand and open up this compartment, you have right next to the adjustment tool the gas valve used to power the rifle, which the gas tank can keep you going past at least 50 shots in game. Each clip is a plastic replica of a clip of 303 British ammunition. They hold 10 rounds and can be filled with an included charger that is provided with the gun. Now, once you've filled it with ammunition, you realistically load it from the top right over here when the bolt is open. And you just stuff it in, and like that. Now, here's another interesting thing. When the clip is empty though, and you pull the bolt, it pops out, kind of like an M1 Garand, which indicates that it is empty. Now it's not very realistic, but if you didn't have this, you just keep, dry firing this until you realize you're shooting blanks. So I do give them points for that. The bolt though is 100% the best part of this rifle, as it is buttery smooth. There's no spring, there's no resistance, perfect operation. It's just a wonder to operate, and you can really experience that famous mad minute level of fire. Now, it's a weird and innovative system that does work to a certain extent. And the best part is, like I said, it gives the Lee Enfield an incredibly smooth action, allowing for rapid fire. The main drawback, obviously, with this rifle is whether it's actually skirmishable, as a whole combination of popping clips and the inherent inconsistency of gas guns might put you at a disadvantage in game, especially if you're playing with snipers. So the G&G Lee Enfield is a very, very unique type of gas gun, but how does it actually shoot? Let's head to the range and find out. And now for the Chrono. As usual, we'll be using 0.2 gram BBs, firing with green gas. And now for the accuracy test. Here we are in tack zone yet again, shooting at a target 13 meters away with 0.25 gram BBs from a kneeling supported position. But first, we need to load this thing. Pull the bolt back, insert the stripper clip. Very immersive. Put it back in and we're off. All right, so let's get going. Smooth bolt action, like really immersive. Feels just like the real thing. I mean, I've only fired, the bolt action I fired was not this, but it does feel quite similar. Oh, and then we're done. Very authentic. Well, not really, because the Lee Enfield never had a sort of clip ejection system like the Garand. But it is actually a good indicator to know that your clip is empty. Especially because as the gas is being fed through a gas tank over here, the gun could just keep firing. So this is actually a really good indicator by ejecting it to go and indicate that your gun is empty. Overall, as for shooting performance, I'll be honest, it really was quite inconsistent. And I think that's due to the nature of this being an externally fed gas gun. You know, some shots were going wide, some shots were going up ahead. Most were in a sort of healthy medium, but if you're expecting the sort of accuracy from, say, you know, a spring-powered sniper, you're not going to get it with this one. Right, let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Maybe it's not showing up very well. 6 is it. So 7 at most. Let's just say that. Well, like I said, it's not very consistent. There is a significant dispersion, and these are only the shots I got on target. There are quite a few that flew off and just did not even hit this target at all. That being said, it's still really fun to shoot. It's a great thing. You're probably not going to be sniping people with this gun. You know, you will be outdone by spring-powered snipers. But as a novelty factor, or you know, even as a movie prop, this G&G Lee Enfield does function flawlessly, especially with that super smooth bolt action. So, anyway, let's head back to the studio, shall we? And we're back! So, the G&G Lee Enfield No.4 is an extremely unique creation that probably functions better in theory than in practice. So let's rank the thing. For fun factor, we give this Lee Enfield a 4 out of 5 stars. The bolt is buttery smooth thanks to the lack of a spring, which allows you to do these rapid fire mad minute type volleys that can't be matched by other spring powered Lee Enfields. The reloading is quite a novelty on its own, though its effectiveness might be somewhat curtailed in game against other players. Realism is a 3.5 stars out of 5. While this Lee Enfield is significantly more realistic in its function and ergonomics compared to others, it does lose a big chunk of that realism to the extremely plastic stock. Furthermore, some design decisions like the spring up empty clips, while user friendly, are just not realistic for this particular rifle. On performance, we give it a 3 stars out of 5. The G&G Lee Enfield has that iconic fast rate of fire, but unfortunately performs well short on many other areas. So don't expect to be putting single shot long range kills with this when out on the field. Build quality gets a 3.5 stars out of 5. As mentioned earlier, the detail on this rifle is pretty decent, but the plastic fake wood furniture just takes away so much of its potential. On value though, at a pretty hefty $500 US, we're going to have to give this a 2.5 stars out of 5. For this kind of money, you'd expect this to at least have real wood furniture, like every other Airsoft Lee Enfield out there. Collectability, we give it a 3 stars out of 5. The rifle is certainly unique, but it just lacks that kind of authenticity you get with real wood that would make it into an appropriate wall hanger. It frankly feels just too much of a toy to be considered collectible. Overall, we give the G&G Lee Enfield No. 4 a 3 stars out of 5. I feel that the biggest issue with it is that this rifle simply does not know what it should be. It doesn't have the performance and consistency to be skirmishable in anywhere other than close range, with its buttery smooth bolt. But it also sort of lacks the authentic wood to make it a proper wall hanger or movie prop. It just sort of exists in this strange sort of twilight zone of functionality. But it is absolutely really fun to operate. You know, using that bolt, moving it quickly, and yeah, it's about as close as you can probably get to firing a real one. So I'll give it that. So let's hand it over to you guys. What are your thoughts on the G&G Lee Enfield? Let us know in the comments section below. And for these cool products and many more, visit us at www.redwolfairsoft.com. This is Andrew, _Flood, out.